Hi there, all my fabulous Capricorns and Capricorn risings, and happy birthday to you all. Happy New Year. This is going to be a general forecast for all Capricorns and Capricorn risings for the year coming and also February 2017. We've got big things coming up. Make sure you watch my weekly forecast. I've been doing that every single Monday. The weekly forecast, I'll get more into these eclipses, more into the new moons, full moons by detail, and of course keep you in line, in the flow with what's going on every week so you can update your planner. So this is for you. We're going to be talking about big days that are affecting you, what's going on with your ruler, and in general where the energy is flowing in your chart. So thank you ahead for subscribing and watching me all through last year. You know, I've been at this for over 25 years, but just loving getting my YouTube channel up so I can have a bigger outreach for my passion and get things rolling here. All right, so this is what goes into chatting with you all about what's going on. So let's start first with your ruler. Let me just move this here a little bit. Your ruler is Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius, fire. So this is really great for you, and it's actually trine Uranus too, and it's holding that. These eclipses are coming up in Leo and Aquarius. So for you, Capricorn, this the full moon lunar eclipse coming up in February, and there's going to be a new moon and a lunar eclipse in August. So these are actually in good alignment with your ruler. So this is really a great time. It's okay to be daring, Capricorn, because your ruler is pushing you forward. It says it's also okay to open up your mindset. Capricorns can be a little bit traditional and need to be proven certain things. So this is a time for you to open up and definitely open up your expansion. These eclipses are going to be affecting you monetarily because you've got Aquarius in your second house of earned income and Leo in your 8th house of shared resources, and also represents your investments, your mortgages, things you owe, taxes, any kind of settlement. So this stuff is coming up for you going forward. Also where people are demanding things from you, and how you might be also not allowing them to grow by always taking care of things. Capricorn is the father figure of the zodiac. So you see that if things are going on and we don't allow people to grow, then they become dependent upon us. So that's kind of this what we might see some issues around. This full moon, which is going to be happening on February the 10th in the sign of Leo in your 8th house. So where are we now? We've got this new moon coming up in the awakener sign of Aquarius. Now Aquarians like to be rebellious. This is about inventiveness, cutting edge, humanitarian. It's they're friendly, yet they're detached. So Aquarius is where we are meant to break out the mold and now not to conform, and to go on and to really take hold of being who you want to be. We're going to talk more about each of the, like I said, the new moons, the full moons during the weekly, but I just want to let you know the energy overall evolved around that, like I do each time. So this new moon is going to be fortifying, where are we here? Fortifying your second house of earned income. So generally when there's a new moon, when the moon and sun align, this is a time to plant new seeds. So there's new opportunity that can birth in this area of your chart. So you may find this coming up, because the new moon is going to be on Friday, you may feel it coming up by next Thursday or so. And so very powerful, you Capricorns, and especially birthdays around January 6th, 7th, 8th, you've got Pluto sitting on your sun. We've gone through this before. Pluto is a transformer. It is not like the movies, but it transforms you. It never leaves you the same. It does upgrade you. During that change process, it can be a bit demanding, but you are definitely in the growth mode. And your ruler in Sagittarius is behind the scenes right now in your 12th house in the sign of Sagittarius. So it's going to be there through December of this year, and then it's going to be going into your own sign. As well as the nodes will be moving on to Leo Capricorn in 2018. So you have some massive stuff coming up, Capricorn. In a way, you're in preparation, but you've got the power because you've got Pluto in your first house, and that will be there for some time still to come. So with Saturn in the 12th house, it is telling you that you need to get into that subconscious realm. You're preparing behind the scenes. When it does come into your first house, into Capricorn, then it brings it all out there. Whatever you've been working on is now for you to show and to shine. It is a business time. You're putting on your business hat, and whatever you've been working on, you can bring it out fully. Major changes go on during that time. It can be demanding on the physical body as well when Saturn goes into your sign. So you need more sleep, more rest. So just know that coming up. So what else is going on for the year ahead? Venus is going to be retrograding this year. It's not your ruler. However, it's going to be retrograding in your fourth house back into your third. When Venus goes retrograde, it's a personal planet. It asks us to get deeper about what our desires are, what we need, what we want. The past two Venus retrogrades have led us to now. We are in Venus wholeness. We are celebrating what we've gone through since the summer of 2015 when Venus was retrograde in the sign of Leo. So Leo represents for you your 8th house of cash, of money, other people's money, how you've restructured your finances. So perhaps if you've done a really good job, you're sitting pretty well right now. Or if you had to split up money, partnership monies, you're doing okay right now and you're celebrating that. Leo means what we have a passion for, what we can put our heart into. When it's going to be retrograding in the sign of Aries, for all of us, that's about what we need personally, because Venus are our desires. And however we're vibrating is what we're attracting. Whatever we think about, the most we create in our life. So Venus being the most revered personal planet, very mysterious, when it turns retrograde, it goes within. So anything that you're putting on your body, it's not going to make a difference. You know all the people that get the plastic surgery, they work on themselves and their appearance, but they do nothing inside. Your inner beauty will always show through, so you cannot mask. You can't mask that. This is a time to work inside on what you need. Your fourth house has to do with your home life. It has to do with the mother. The moon's more the mom, if the eclipses are hitting your moon. But the fourth house has to do with your home life. So perhaps that you're renovating or fixing up the beautiful home that you have, making it nicer, creating more of a nesting type of place. It's also the foundation of who you are, where you're going, where you want to go, what you need. When it goes back into Pisces, into your third house, this is a time of then reconnecting on some communication level. Pisces is about all that we can't see. It's the collective unconscious, and it's going back into that realm to then pick up more subtle clues, get in touch with imagination, in touch with vision, in touch with dreams, so that we can move forward. That retrograde period is going to happen March 4th. It's going to go direct on April the 15th. However, when Venus goes into the sign of Aries, it is going to stay there until June, I think it's June 4th, June 5th actually. So Venus is going to be in Aries for a long time, and that's the area of life, the things are coming back for you. So those are the big things going on this year for you. Now coming up this month, let's keep moving forward. The hot dates for you to note, of course, January 27th. We've got the new moon in Aquarius, activating your second house of personal income, earned income, new jobs, new clients, new ways to make money, an increase in your paycheck. Look for that, try forward with that. And on, let's see, January the 28th, Mars moves into your fourth house. So not only do you have do you have, Venus going retrograde in there? You've got Mars in there. Mars gets to get in there beforehand, is going to get in there and start churning up things. So what do you want to get done? What do you want to get done around your home? Are you moving? Are you moving boxes? Do you need to go somewhere? Because Mars activates everything there. Perhaps you're setting up a home business. You got a lot to do in your house. Watch arguments in the house wherever Mars is. And Mars in Aries is very happy. It's very brash. It's very courageous. It's very impatient. It wants what it wants now. So watch getting into arguments there. Watch accidents. Mars rules accidents, knives, things like that. So just watch when you're cooking, cutting, and in that realm. So January, also big day, January the 28th. I have this note here. Mercury gets back to 15 degrees of Capricorn. This is the point that it went retrograde. This point is very powerful because this is the point at which it met with Pluto back in October, on October the 19th. So this seed that was planted about a powerful move forward is now being activated in our minds because that's what Mercury is about. We just had Mercury go retrograde. It retrograde in your first, back to your 12th, and now has gone forward. So whatever you were churning about your plans, about where you needed to go, that's coming together. Because on January the 29th, we've got Mercury conjoined Pluto in your first house. That is a serious plan. That is about deep investigation, deep planning, business-like, because it's Capricorn. We can get into a little bit of control issues. If you let your mind wander too much, it can be obsessive type of thought, so you don't want to get into that, bit of it all. And moving forward, February the 3rd, another big day, because not only is it first quarter is when we take a step out from this lunation energy that happens every time that we have a new moon. At first quarter, it plants a seed. It's similar to your birthday. Then 3 months after, something happens. 6 months after, it's all these angles. Every angle, quarter is like having a square. Every square is action. So we take a bit of an action plan here. So if you got some information about cash, now you can take some action here. Perhaps you see something, you hear something at this point. Also, Venus goes into Aries. Now Venus moves into your 4th house and it's starting to sweeten up things. But even before that, we've got Venus going into its shadow. When did I write that down? January the 30th. So just know that January the 30th through March the 4th, Venus is in that shadow area of where it's going to retrograde. So we're subtly getting some information about what we need, what we want. And Venus is our money, our attraction, romance, love. It is your attractor. So if you're not getting what you want, Venus retrograde period is a really great time to go within and get that sorted out. I'll talk about these more during the major weekly times. And Venus retrograde period is so important. And I hope that you got some of your dream board stuff together when Venus and Neptune were uniting, because it's a very powerful time to plant seeds. And just to go back to that, that was on January the 12th, sorry. So, if you haven't got that done, you can still get with that because it's going to be growing. And it's not going to get the first quarter until July because we've got Venus going retrograde for so long. So we have time. February the 6th, we've got Jupiter stationing in your 10th house. So you have been blessed and protected in your career zone, reputation, how the world sees you by having Jupiter up there. Not only is Jupiter there, it is in an opportunity aspect to this full moon coming up on February the this eclipse coming up on February the 10th. It's in a sextile. It's in a sextile to Saturn, your ruler. Opportunity abounds when you work with the energy, and this is what I help you in your coaching sessions with me, is that when you work with the energy, and it's the law of attraction, you have to take steps to work with this energy to draw it to you. And this is working with this opportunity stuff. But opportunity says you must make some steps yourself. Trines are just easy flows that are setting you up. and you have those as well because your ruler is trine Uranus. So know that everything is supporting you now to make some big changes. Okay, February, so when Jupiter stations, basically it's going to sleep a little bit. So in that area, there's going to be some reconsideration of things, and Jupiter will then go direct. Let me just get the exact date here so we kind of know. June the 9th. So around June the 9th, it's going to be going direct. So then whatever's been held up in that sector of your life, then it can start to move forward again. And we've got this full moon eclipse coming up. So this full moon eclipse in Leo, eclipses are like big giant full moons, okay? So an eclipse brings you things that you need to know and see. Lunar eclipses are more deep. They're about our emotional level, but it's always about a release and about a celebration at the same time because something is coming full bloom. Seeds that we planted last August when there was a new moon in Leo are now full blooming, okay? And eclipses last, lunar eclipses last, you can feel them 90 days in advance, and they'll last about 6 months after. So perhaps you've been feeling something coming on in this 8th house of yours, which Leo rules for you. 8th house has to do with your financial picture, setting up your investments, the money that you have to give another person, your joint finances, your partner's finances, people that come to you because they need you to fix their problems. You need to create some boundaries so you have some time. You're not the fixer, and you don't help them by being their fixer because then they don't learn how to be independent on their own. And perhaps this makes you feel, because Capricorn is the father of the zodiac, the protector, the father, and it's not just doing them of service. So the other thing with Leo in the 8th house has to do with your intimacy, getting to allow your intimacy to flourish more, to expand more with your partner. This is a great time to work on that and to see the blooming in this area, okay? Moving on, February the 18th, a big day. A big day because we've got the sun now changing into the sign of Leo. Into the sign of Pisces. Sorry, I'm looking at the full moon eclipse here. So your third house is all about communication. It's all about everything that's going on right around in your neighborhood. Things pick up right around you. You have some opportunity for short distance travel. You may be getting some information about your siblings, brothers, sisters, things of that nature, because that's what it rules. It also rules how you communicate, how you get out your information. It's all social media stuff. So perhaps you're changing your social media picture and marketing. Perhaps you're doing some YouTube videos. Perhaps you're doing, Instagramming, things like that. It is your instant marketing there. So the sun is going to be fortifying that area, and then we have a solar eclipse coming up at the end of February. This is the last solar eclipse in Pisces. So it's big. This is new stuff. So you've been feeling this new stuff here, and it represents your third house. So new stuff right around your area. What's been going on with how you're communicating. Perhaps you've been working on communications, taking lessons on speaking, or getting more educated in the social media realms. You may be getting information about brothers, sisters, community, neighbors, and things are picking up in that area. So let's keep going on here. February, the planning days. Mercury is very hot. February 16th, 20th, 21st, 23rd. These are days when Mercury is activated. So Mercury is going to be activated between, let's see, February the 7th, it moves into Aquarius. So it's between your money, your second house, and things going on in the home life and career. So this is where you are moving forward. But you're getting some things situated because how you're thinking. It can be like reacting to your cash flow. So somehow your cash flow, the money that you're making, You may be getting some news about that. Mercury is news, but it's also how you plan and what your thinking is. So remember, thoughts are things. Stay positive, stay in abundant thought, and abundance will come to you. February the 22nd for everyone. Mars is squaring Pluto. So this is powerful here. Though when Mars came together with Pluto, of course, we just mentioned that because Mercury is back at that point. And on the 27th, 28th, hold on, 28th. So this point is getting activated already, but Mars squaring Pluto is a step out, a powerful step out. Now it can create tension, arguments, control issues. So this is between your 4th home life and Pluto first you, okay? So just watch out with, maybe you're working too much. It's about looking at this, because you are having to look at this with Jupiter opposite Uranus in your 4th house, and having Uranus down there in your 4th house sector. Perhaps you have been moving, or you're thinking about moving, or you know, there's sudden things going on in the home. But just be wary of you know, getting into control type of things. Take a powerful step forward for your own transformation. That's what Mars is asking you to do. Mars in Aries wants you to move forward in courageous ways that is going to get you to that authentic point that you are putting forward. So keep going forward here. We've got accidents. Be wary of those. February 26th and 27th. Because right around the solar eclipse, we also have Mars with Uranus. Now, on Patriots Day, when there was a bomb at the marathon, Mars and Uranus were coming together. So it can be sudden events like that worldwide. In your own life, it can be accidents. So watch out for that, because it's in your home. In bigger ways, it's about being bold and moving out in ways that are courageous and unique for you, that bring you to that authentic point that you're trying to get to. January 30th, we've got Venus going into its shadow, like I said, and noting up the retrograde time. So those are the huge things going forward. This new moon is in the sign of the fire rooster. So I'll be talking more about that as well. But the fire rooster, again, we had a fire monkey year, we have a fire rooster year. If you think about a rooster and you think about it prancing around the hen house, very vain, very concerned with the appearance, very bold and brash. This fire is about enthusiasm, taking action. So this can be a very interesting year for us going forward in our own life. Just be prepared to take up opportunity, be prepared for anything that comes up, and think about the best things coming to you, and you know, just ready to go forward with that. It's confidence, it's courage, it's hard work. You know, it is going to be an interesting year ahead, but if you go into it with the perception and the thought process, because the attitude at which you start anything colors the results. So let's stay positive about this year. It is bringing us to that point of Uranus, that authentic person, place, thing that we're trying to become, that we delved into with our passion. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. This is what I do for you to get the information out. Please share this. Google Plus, it's there. It's on my Twitter file. You can Facebook friend me at KK Astrology page, and follow me on Instagram too. I do really great storyboards there for little, you know, information, and you'll get some information also about health as well. Aquarian rules all of the circulation, and as well as it's the opposite of Leo, which rules the heart. So heart and circulation go together. So it's a great time of year. Obviously, it's Heart Association month in February, but it's a great time of year to manage your heart. And oh, I almost forgot. I used to give you some stones, crystals. Saturn is one of your rulers. I'm wearing black obsidian. Black obsidian is excellent for the root chakra. This is excellent also because you have Pluto in your first house, and this is about a foundation of a sturdy, courageous foundation. It is grounding, it's a centering stone, and it's protective. and it's been used for centuries in that well. Brown jasper is another one, garnet, of course, and that's healing. It's also good for heart blood protection, so go figure, it's around the same time. And then your essential oils, opening up emotionally, because Aquarians tend to be a little bit reserved in that sense. Rose, ylang ylang, frankincense, and about visionary things, frankincense, elemi, angelica. These are all great. So thank you so much for watching. Email me for your own personal kk@kkastrology.com for your own personal coaching, so we can see what's happening in your personal natal chart. Have a fabulous